Hey, what's up guys? Derek at Valley Farm. Going through this quarantine, we wanted to talk to you guys about different recipes. It's important for us to understand what we're doing. Today, we wanted to go over our chuck roll and our pot roast. And we wanted to give you guys a really good recipe. I got Dan here, my Vice President of Operations at Valley Farm, and who's a classically trained chef. Dan's gonna walk us through some of the ways that he does his pot roast. Happy to have you guys tune in.
I'm going to share with you just kind of some tips and tricks about how we can develop layers of flavors. And the great thing about this recipe is that it could be applied to a lot of different proteins. This is just a classic braise. And we're going to go through step by step how you develop those layers of flavor so that you can easily do this technique at home. Okay guys, so here we have the chuck roast. It's been in the cast iron pan for about 2 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it and we're gonna brown the other side. That's exactly what you're looking for, that nice, deep, golden brown crust. So we'll go for about 2 more minutes on this side, then we're gonna add our diced veg. We are adding fennel to this, just to add kind of another layer of flavor. Derek was kind enough to dice all the veg up for me. We're looking for kind of a medium-sized dice, not too big, not too small. See all this beautiful brown bits in the bottom of the pan? That's what we call fond. Fond is the caramelized bits from the pot roast, and that's where a lot of the flavor from this dish is gonna come from. Some of it's gonna release while we're sauteing this veg. The rest is all gonna come off the bottom of the pot once we deglaze it with the red wine. So our veg has been sauteing for about 3-4 minutes, starting to get a little bit translucent. There isn't any caramelization yet, which is good. That's what we want. So at this point, I'm gonna add some minced garlic. I like to season things as you go, especially when it's a multi-step cooking process. So we already seasoned the beef before we seared it. Now I'm gonna season the veg. I'm not gonna be real aggressive with this because all these flavors are gonna get concentrated over the period of the cook. Some nice caramelization going on the bottom of the pan. That's telling me that it is time to deglaze. Now all the fond is off the bottom of the pan. You see this liquid has a nice kind of golden brown, dark brown hue to it. The last thing I'm gonna add is about a tablespoon of tomato paste. I really like these tubes for a couple of reasons. One, the little cans are kind of a pain to open, to get the can opener and open them. But also it's like you can just take as much as you want out of the tube and then just put the cap back on and throw it back in the fridge. And it stays good for a really long time. I should mention that all of the products that you see today are available for sale at Valley Farm Market. As you can see, it's starting to simmer around the outside of the pot. That means that the liquid is hot and ready to go. We definitely want to start with a hot liquid when it goes into the oven. It just kind of speeds up the cooking process and allows all the flavors to combine more evenly. You want the liquid to come up to 2/3 the way up the side of the protein. So I'm going to pop the lid on this. Let's go in the oven. You want to check on it about 2.5 hours in just to make sure that the liquid hasn't reduced too much. If it has reduced too much, say more than 50%, just add a little bit more water and then continue to cook until that pot roast is fork tender. All right guys, the pot roast has been in the oven for right about 3 hours. So you see how nice and dark that sauce has become over time, the braising liquid. It's full of flavor between the red wine, the beef stock, tomato paste, carrots, celery, onion, fennel, garlic, bay leaves, fresh thyme. So that's exactly what you're looking for right there, that texture where it doesn't quite completely turn into mush. It's still got some nice bite to it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I wanted to make these videos. The amount of depth that's in that dish, in the flavor profile, it's a lot different, than just dumping, what is that, the Lincoln onion soup mix in a crock pot, and which that's fine too, but the flavor, the depth, everything in this is absolutely phenomenal.
And like I mentioned at the top of the video, this cooking method could be applied to proteins that have a lot of connective tissue that needs a nice braise, a slow cook to really break down all that fiber.
So any meat that needs to be broke down. So, I know a lot of people don't have a great understanding of different roasts and stuff, and we'll talk you through that. But, chuck roast is gonna be able to fall apart like that. If you did a rump roast, it's not gonna have as much fat. so it's gonna slice apart. So, you know, you can still do it, but, you know, chuck roast, like you said, anything with a, you know, high pH balance in the meat is gonna probably be your best. So that was amazing. Can't wait to dig into this more. Thank you guys, thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can always go to our website, go to our YouTube channel, check out the recipes. We'll put everything out there. Again, we're blessed to have Dan as part of our team, a huge part of our team. We'll be doing some of these amazing recipes. So they'll always be there for you so you guys can check out and see exactly how we did it.